it makes perfect sense what you're saying.
Yeah, well, we need to communicate that better, because I think sometimes people, wonder, well, why, this is just a little tear,
Right,
you know, and I get it,
and people would be willing to take it, right?
Absolutely,
but there's that risk, and like you said, it can invade everything.
Yeah.
Everything in the vicinity.
And you just can't check it. There's no way to check it out. That's the problem.
So we're really looking whenever one's red, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Ready? We got a 1 minute warning.
Sure. Everything's going. So we're good to go.
You don't need anything to drink real quick?
No, I think I'm done.
No. Is it Votaw?
Votaw, right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we'll actually hear some background noise. So.
I'm just really impressed that you have all this.
Well, Phil is you got solar panels on his house and all that stuff that we built. I mean, he did most of it, but we did some manual labor. He just very...
yeah, we were up on the roof helping him.
Oh, that was a horrible day. My son and I.
Cold, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
That was 2 Novembers, or last November. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Here it's Tony with Rebel Financial. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday morning, the first Friday of the year, so Happy New Year to everybody. So today we are joined by Steve Votaw from the Furniture Bank of Central Ohio. So just like so many charities, this one serves a great purpose, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about. And not only the Furniture Bank itself, but a couple offshoots from that help the business sustain itself and grow. So thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you, Tony, for having me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you have, your whole life, you have been involved in nonprofits and all, so a lot of inner city work too. So you see a lot of the needy side. And obviously when we're dealing with nonprofits, that's what it's about, right? So,
yeah. Okay. So I've been in the nonprofit field for over 30 years now. Yeah. Well beyond that, actually.
And joining this in 2015.
And joining the Furniture Bank in 2015, yes,
okay. Yes. All right, so let me ask you this. Well, let's just start by defining exactly what you guys do. What's your mission?
Yeah, well, our mission at the Furniture Bank is to reduce the impact of poverty by giving families furniture that are coming out of homelessness, domestic violence. Maybe they're an immigrant from another country and they just move here. There's so many people that need furniture and really don't have the means. And with rent being so expensive and everything, it's just buying furniture is something that sometimes they don't have the funding for. Right. So in our community, we have thousands of kids sleeping on the floor, and our mission is really to try to make that empty house a home and to make it a comfortable place to live, where people can then progress with whatever issues they're facing or anything like that.
Well, all these things are connected. I mean, if you're sleeping on a floor, you're getting a bad night's sleep, and then you've got to go to school as a child or work, and so it does have a big impact on everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering. So you've been doing this since 2015, so that might not be enough time, but are you seeing a shift? And you don't, right? I mean, the need is overwhelming, I guess.
You know, really what we're seeing, quite honestly, is that there is a need greater than what we can serve, but there are always limits on how much you can do. But we are seeing that what's happening in our community is there is an increase in homelessness. Rents are going up. Housing costs are going up, and yet income it's going up a little bit, but it's not going up at the same rate as those other things. And so we're finding more and more folks who are falling into homelessness or into some sort of financial difficulty and need support.
Yeah, no. So, and that's not going to go away, right?
Right.
So in your leadership role, what is your biggest challenge right now? What is it you're thinking about most?
Well, really, it's really trying to meet the needs of our families, and so we have to have two things to make that. There are really three things to make that work. We have to have furniture, so we rely on the community to donate furniture to us, because that's really the foundation of what we do. We have to have volunteers, quite honestly, because volunteers help us. We never get enough furniture, so we have a volunteer program where they can make furniture, and it helps supplement what we give to families. And then the third thing, obviously, we need is a little bit of financial support to pay the staff and the drivers and the trucks and all that. But it's really the biggest challenge is balancing all the demands that fall on a nonprofit,
Right.
as you can imagine.
Right, right. So, we talked about mattresses. That would seem to be the biggest impact on somebody immediately. Is that your biggest piece of furniture? Or what
Yeah,
normally is?
that's really, I would say our biggest are the mattresses, obviously, because a good night's sleep is so critical. But the second thing is really a table. You know, a lot of folks don't realize everything you do around a table.
Yeah.
I mean, you not only eat, but you do homework,
Right.
you have critical conversations, you play games. I mean, you might even fold laundry on the table. I mean,
Right, right,
the
right.
table is
That's a
kind of
good
the
point.
centerpiece of a home. in
That
many
we take
ways.
for granted.
That we take for granted.
Right.
Just like you and I took our mattress this morning for granted. We
granted.
just rolled out of bed, got ready. But if you don't have that,
Yeah.
it really changes the way that your day goes and
Yeah.
that your week and your month go.
Right, right. So, and how you can function. So, well, I'll tell you what, you guys have done such a great job on the websites. I'd like to just go there.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And talk about the 3 different websites because your business, it's grown into
It
a
is,
business
it
as well.
is,
So
yes.
let's go real quick to the Furniture Bank of Central Ohio. And so this is simply that, furniturebankcoh.org. And I think we have it up on the screen now. So the biggest thing I had an interest in looking at, we talked about who you guys are, but volunteer, what you're looking for in volunteers. And so you guys do a great job of defining this right here, right? I mean, so
yes.
of all the people, woodworking. So I'll let you
Yeah,
talk. I
yeah.
mean, what are the biggest needs?
So last year it was one of our best years. We had over 2,500 volunteers come through,
Yeah.
and what is so critical there is they really help us, really mostly build furniture or prepare furniture for families, and we just can't thank them enough. I mean, we made over 5,000 pieces of furniture ourselves. And it was really through the help of volunteers. And then we also have volunteers that help us serve families. We don't have enough staff to do that, so we have volunteers that actually walk with families and help select their furniture as well. We have opportunities we have a thrift store, we have opportunities up there to kind of sort, to prepare things for the sales floor. So there are a lot of opportunities to get involved at the
Yeah.
Furniture Bank. And again, volunteers are just critical to us. They provided over 28,000 hours of work for us last
Well,
year.
how many employees do you have that doing that labor?
Yeah, we have about 17 and a half employees
Okay.
in the Furniture Bank that are that are picking up furniture out in the community and are delivering furniture to families. So
Yeah. So the need
it's
is
a
great.
really and then we have about 9 or 10 staff. Actually, we have a few more than that, but it's about 12 to 15 in our social enterprise.
Okay,
as well.
okay. Yeah, so you see woodworking. So if you're handy, here's a great opportunity to be serving you.
Yeah, and quite honestly, you don't have to be that handy. We try to help and make
Right.
it as simple as possible, but
Well, when I was there, and I did it when I was working at Nationwide, that's what it was. I
Yeah.
told you earlier, I am not handy, right? But you found some usefulness
That's
for
right,
me. Made
that's
me
it,
feel good
that's
about
right.
myself for a little bit. So, but also obviously there's other things besides client service and helping people with the process and things like that. So, and then the manual stuff. So obviously some of
Yeah.
this can get probably
yeah, I
pretty heavy.
mean,
You gotta be strong.
we have actually a dresser assembly crew. We have 2 crews, one that comes in every Tuesday and every Wednesday that build dressers for us, and they build between 20 and 25 dressers every day. And it's a crew of about 15 to 20 men and women who really build these pretty extensive dressers, which are really great. So
Yeah.
we have that opportunity.
And you probably can't get enough of them, right? I'd imagine. I mean,
Right. I mean, we actually have a need for a few more, but there's a commitment of almost once a week
Right,
for
right.
about 6 hours
Right.
that they support us.
right, and it's mainly Monday through Friday, right?
That's correct. That's
yeah,
correct.
So obviously you're looking probably at retirees or people that
Yeah,
work overtime
that's
off
who
and
makes
stuff.
up our dresser assembly group.
Okay,
for the most part.
so let me just so that's it. But if really you want to become involved with something and you could actually physically get involved a little more, then this is a great place to do it. So.
Yeah, well, thank you.
So let me, a couple more things. We
Yes.
talked about, you said you'd wish you thought about this a little more, and funding is harder and harder, right? I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, it
and
is
so
very
you've had to
challenging
get
do.
creative.
Yes.
And
yes.
so let's talk about the first thing here that this has led to, and that would be another aspect of the business, and downsize with a heart. So talk about what
yeah.
this is.
So one of the things, we need to generate more revenue. And the way most nonprofits usually do this is by asking folks for money. And we thought, can we create a business that would create some excess revenue for us? And we were trying to find a way that we could collect some additional furniture and get paid for it, because we need furniture for families, and could we get paid for it? And so we started thinking, and you know, the downsize industry is a growing industry. You know, if you look at the number of older adults that are moving into that 65 and older range, I mean, it's going to double in the next 25 to 30 years. And so a lot of times those seniors have they move into a smaller footprint and they have excess furniture. So let's try to do that. So, you know, about a year and a half ago, we started Downsize with a Heart, which is a downsize and moving business, and we can do we can meet your moving needs. We'll meet with you individually. We customize the plan based on what it is you want us to do, but we can sort, we can pack, we can move, we can unpack. We actually can clean up your house afterwards. We won't paint, but we can clean up afterwards, clean carpets and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then, you know, we can unpack and set up your house for you. We can do floor planning. So it's really, we might not do all that, but we contract out then what for, like, if you wanted an auction or something like that, we would have to work with an auctioneer. We don't do that.
Right, right.
But really, we can serve a lot of your needs. And the beauty of this is, you know, any surplus that we make goes back to the mission. You know, it's not going into the corporate headquarters or the shareholders.
Right.
It goes right back into the mission. So when you use us, we can actually then serve more families as a result of you using us for your downsize or your moving.
Right. And possibly you get some furniture.
And we get some furniture too that will get a second life.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's awesome. So a year and a half you've been doing that?
A year and a half, yeah, and we're, you know, it's a referral-based business, and we're really, we've had a really good December here. Our best month was probably last August, where we did about $32,000 in services, which we were very happy with.
Okay. Just another interesting side note, I'm wondering, so you know, as a furniture company, kind of moving company, you will get some furniture from that. What about other moving companies? I mean, do you benefit from them at all?
We do sometimes, yeah. Yeah, we have some relationships with some that if they have something, rather than, you know, sometimes they might clear out a house or something. If they have good furniture, they will sometimes just bring the truck over and drop it off at our place, and we appreciate that tremendously,
Right.
yes.
You know, so you and I, we got off on this subject because, you know, I told you I had to downsize a little bit because I remarried 5 years ago, and I, you know, you took several things, but there was a couch that had a split in it, and really people came by and wanted after that, but you all did not. And now I know there's a very good reason for that.
Yes,
so
there is.
you know, just for people out there, you know, bed bugs are a huge problem.
They are. Let me apologize for not telling you that when we turned your couch
I
down.
But I mean, it's an interesting thing to me that you have to look out. I mean, they can.
We have to be very, very
Yeah.
careful of that, because bed bugs are a very significant issue in our community, and you know, they leave pretty obvious signs on the outside of furniture. But if there's a tear or rip and they can get inside, we might not know it,
Right.
and we just can't give bed bugs to our families. And
I don't mean to
so,
get off on
yeah,
that
yeah,
subject.
but
I hadn't considered that there was that sort of a reason for it. I
Sure.
thought it was aesthetics. You know,
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's still a good couch. I thought somebody could fix it, but that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
okay, so you know, downsizing with a heart. So the website is downsizewithaheart.org. So, but now we want to take a look at the third aspect of the business, and that's the thrift store, which I didn't know existed because it's not. It hasn't been around all that long.
Yeah,
yet, right?
it's only been around about 2.5 years, and we take a small percentage of our furniture that's donated and try to sell that at a thrift store. And the way it works, let's just say, take this couch, Tony. If we could sell this couch for $200 at our thrift store, we could give an entire household of furniture to a family. And so, you know, what we do is sell a small percentage. And
Is $200 a precise number of what it would
that's what it costs us to
Okay.
give a family a house full of furniture delivered the same day.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's basically allowed us to expand our mission. And quite honestly, there's a lot of families. Our thrift store is up on Morse Road, 2165 Morse Road. And so there's a lot of families that need thrift furniture out there too. We sell quite a bit to residents in that area. We also sell quite a bit to college kids, believe it or not. And then to thrift shoppers, obviously, because you can get some really, really good deals up there, and on some really pretty well-built furniture too. So it's been a really good revenue source for us, and it's making a pretty good surplus at this time, which is allowing us to really serve more families.
And I was going to say, from a point of view of financial advisor, we don't have enough thrift shoppers out there. Right? People need to be a little more conscientious about where they're spending their money. It can help everybody.
Absolutely.
You can get some great furniture though. Some
Oh my gosh,
gently
yes.
used stuff that with a huge savings.
Yeah.
So okay. So let me scroll down a little bit here on the website just to show people. You can't see what is there without going to the store, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
There's been talk about trying to put pictures there, but everything is one of a kind.
Yeah.
You know, so even if we put it on a picture of a really unique item on there today, it could be gone tomorrow and it wouldn't be there. So.
But it's more than furniture, though. Right?
Oh yes. I mean, we have exercise equipment, we have some clothing, we have home goods. You know, the interesting thing is we would never pick up exercise equipment in the past. We just wouldn't. There was no need for it for families. But, you know, with the thrift store, we started picking it up and trying to see if it would sell. It was unbelievable. Yeah. It was unbelievable how it's. And when you think about it, you know, there's a lot of families that, you know, maybe don't have enough revenue to join a Y or, you know, Planet Fitness. But you know what? They want to exercise. And so if you can get an elliptical machine for $50 at our thrift store, you can take it home and really have a good workout. So it sells pretty well up there.
No, well, that's awesome. I'm a big Play It Again sports fan, and you know, you coached your kids. They went through sports, and they don't need new things as far as I'm concerned. So I mean, they're just going to wear it out for a little bit. They're going to grow out of it.
Absolutely.
You know, it's going to be a hand-me-down anyway. So you know, just suck it up and go with the used stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, so.
Yeah. It's really worth a visit to go out and just see what we have.
No, that's awesome. So, like you said, up on Morse Road.
It's 2165 Morse Road, right?
And you can, the website, of course, is furniturewithaheart.org, so you can see where that is as well. You know, going back to volunteering, because I wanted to talk about Columbus College of Art and Design, just that one experience. But the volunteering isn't just for individuals. I guess I talked about what I did with Nationwide. But you can go in there with a group. Right?
We
I mean, make it a company outing to go do this.
Absolutely.
Because the Columbus College of Art and Design helped you build some things.
They did. There was a great partnership with us. What we get about $250,000 worth of wood donated from solder in Northwest Ohio every year to help us build our furniture. And then our woodworkers build it, but it's a pretty basic design. I mean, it is very basic. And so as a contest, the CCAD, we have a good partnership with them. We thought, what if we let the students design new furniture? They have this one, 5x8 piece of plywood, and how could they build a chair and a table and things like that? So we partnered with them as they put these groups together to do it. It was phenomenal. They came up with some really creative things. Now, it's a little harder for us to do. We don't have all the equipment that they do, but they created even this whole Jetson design that was it was really cool. So we love those kind of partnerships. I mean, this whole world is about partnerships, really, and that's how we survive. We have 75 nonprofit partners. We have our partnerships with CCAD or with Nationwide, with volunteers that come in. It's just it's how we survive with these partnerships. And so it's great stuff.
And I get that. I mean, there's so many charities out there. There's so much competition. I mean, we work with Homeless Family Foundation. If you're familiar with them, because they transition people out of homelessness into apartments and things like that. So that's what the light bulb went on thinking about how you do that. So well, thank you. One last aspect. We talked personally. I saw somewhere that there's 3 things. You said golfing, basketball, and the one that interested me was vacationing. So it may have been from a couple of years ago. So I think you were. Are you still on the school board?
I am.
Okay,
I am.
cool.
I am.
So what do you mean by vacation? Just getting away and being
Yeah,
with the
actually,
family?
it's family vacations.
Okay.
I love family vacations,
All right.
and so you know, I have 4 grown kids, and the secret is if you pay for the vacation, they'll keep coming.
Yeah.
And so we just have a lot of fun together, and
Yeah.
so
Well, that's
I love
awesome.
those times when you know you can get away and just be there with your family, whether it's at the beach or skiing, whatever. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, and I ask you for personal reasons because I've got 2 seniors and a junior at home, and an 8th grader, but they'll be gone soon. It's like, well, how are we going to get them to come back and do things?
Yeah,
It's going
yeah.
to be the paid for vacation.
That's the secret. Yeah, we pay for the house, and then,
and then they'll pay for it and they will come.
They will come. Yes.
All right. Well, listen, thank you. This has been
Well,
great.
thank you,
I appreciate
Tony. I
it.
really appreciate the opportunity.
And you know, please check them out. Some more volunteer opportunities. So you know, look into that. But I know we've put up your website and
Great.
things
Well,
like
thank
that.
you.
So, but,
Well, thank you so much for having us on.
Yep,
Really
no
appreciate
problem.
it.
All right. Well, thanks. Well, listen, folks, we'll be back next week at the same time. So have a great weekend. Next week will be our first full week back to work. So you know, but stay tuned next Friday. Thanks and have a good day. All right. There we go.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, thank
That was
you.
great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I did get a kick out of the vacation because we're going to San Francisco to see Golden State Warriors game.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Oh my
and,
God,
and,
really?
and for spring break because it's the last spring break, right?
Yeah.
And so just things like that. But already, all the kids loved summer we do. So one of the stuff girls saying, "But we're going to go to Destin in summer too, right?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So, but they really do love those vacations.
They
you
do.
know.
They do. And you know, it really keeps your kids